There everyone, got another video for you today. First up, I just want to say thank you to everyone out there watching my videos, particularly my subscribers. We broke 2,500 subscribers last night, so I just want to say a huge thanks to all of you. We had just broken 2,000 not too long ago, so 2,500 is huge. So yeah, tell your friends, let's keep going, let's break 3,000, 4,000. If we get big enough, I'll be happy to do some game giveaways and things like that. I think that would be really fun. So yeah, tell your friends. Let's get that subscriber count going higher and higher. But we're doing very well, so thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for watching. Today we will have the PSP video. Obviously Psp Games on Vita here. So this is my PSP page. You can see I only have 2 games here. But let's boot right into Monster Hunter 2nd G here. This is the live area for the game. There's not much here on the games live area for Psp Games. You can't scroll down and check activity, but you do have this checks to see if it's the latest version. You can search it online here, and this is the instruction manual. Digital version, obviously. The same thing could be viewed on the PSP for these games. So yeah, obviously if we hit here, we boot right into the game. So let's do that. You get to see how this looks on the Vita's big screen here. Basically, yeah, it looks pretty damn good. Quite pleased with it. The Vita screen is so big and bright that, I mean, just that alone helps these games out. But so first I'll boot into my character here, and then I'll show you a couple of the features. So obviously I just downloaded this the other day, so my character isn't very far in here, just a couple hours played. Yeah, I'm sure you can already see how bright and beautiful this already looks on Vita's screen. Quite nice. Obviously it stretches to fit the 5-inch screen, but it doesn't look stretched out at all. It looks great. So now that we're in the game here, you can get a quick look at that. This is how it looks on Vita. Zoom up a little bit. Let's see if we can get that less blurry there, so that you can see exactly how it looks as you zoom up on it. It does look quite clean. It looks quite nice. So there you go. We'll pull that back out a little bit and show you some of the features here of what you can do with Psp Games on the Vita. If you press and hold on the screen here, pops up the settings games for Psp Games. You can see we have Bilinear Filtering. I have that turned on. Secondly, we have right stick. This is what you do with the right stick on the Vita. So you can set it, as you can see I have it set to the D-pad buttons. This makes it so that, obviously the PSP did not have a right stick, so whatever was mapped to the D-pad buttons gets mapped to the right stick. Obviously it's huge for Monster Hunter because that's your camera controls. But you'll see if you hit that, you can map it to be the analog stick itself. You can map it to be the D-pad, or you can map it to be the triangle, square, circle, X buttons there. So I think there were some first-person shooters on the PSP where the face buttons were your camera buttons because you shoot with R. Now you can map that to your right stick, so you could play first-person shooters more like they're meant to be played with the 2 sticks. So that is quite nice that you can do that. For a lot of games, though, you will be mapping it to the D-pad because that's how the camera was handled in a lot of Psp games, obviously because there was no right stick. You have camera here, front or rear. I believe some Psp games, and it might have been mostly in Japan, supported an add-on camera. So I believe that's what that's for. And then color space. Color space PSP system. I haven't looked into this, to be honest. I'm not sure what this does. It might be in the instruction manual somewhere. If somebody out there knows, feel free to comment below. Let me know. I flipped it on and off, and it didn't really seem to change anything. So anyway, let's see if we can get much of a comparison here. I'll zoom in one more time. Here's the game with Bilinear Filtering. So you can get a close-up here. Hopefully that's decently clear there. And then let's go ahead and turn Bilinear Filtering off. There we go. And there it is. Zoom in again. So yeah, you can see a little bit of a difference here. I think games in 3D look a little bit better with the Bilinear Filtering on, and games in 2D for the most part seem to look better with it off, but that's just a general consensus here. So yeah, I pretty much play with Bilinear Filtering on for these 3D games. So yeah, we'll back out of there. I'll just run around for a bit so that you can check the game out. Obviously, this game has been out forever. There's footage everywhere. I didn't mention it earlier, but Monster Hunter 2nd G, this is called Monster Hunter Freedom Unite in the States. I think it got decently popular over there anyway. This game and, you know, all the other Monster Hunter games are absolutely huge here in Japan. And this is pretty much, in my opinion, the best of the bunch. This game has so much content, so much to do, and the difficulty level is perfect. So yeah, I'll just move around a little bit here so you can scope out how it looks. I will say that the refresh rate, this might just be me again, but the refresh rate for the screen seems really nice. I remember on the PSP version running through here, it's not blurry, but you would get a little bit of motion blur, just a little bit, and there's absolutely none here on the Vita screen, so very nice. So yeah, I mean, that's about what I wanted to show off here, but I do have one more thing that I'd like to show. Many people are going to ask, well, how does it look directly compared to a PSP screen? Well, funny you asked, because I have one right here. So, here we go. So here we have, on top obviously is the Vita screen, and on the bottom is the PSP screen. Let's move these characters around here. So you can see the colors look a little bit different. Dare I say they look a little more vibrant or bright on the Vita screen. Overall screen brightness on the Vita is a little bit higher. I'm not sure exactly how well you can see that with this vantage point here. But yeah, like I said, the bottom is a PSP, the top is a Vita. These are both on max brightness. It is worth mentioning that the bottom screen is a PSP 1000. It's a dinosaur. So definitely take that into account, as I think the screens did get a little bit better on the 2000, 3000 PSPs, and definitely on the PSP Go that nobody even remembers existed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this was pretty informative. Showed you what you can do there on PSP games, on the Vita, all the different things that you can do, the options, and just in general how it looks. I must have just bumped the brightness here. There we go. But yeah. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to let me know. But that's pretty much the whole gambit there on PSP Games on the Vita. Thanks again for watching. Tell your friends, tell anybody on message boards or anyone else that you think is interested in the Vita to check me out. Even after the Vita comes out in the States and other places abroad, I do have plans to show off, Japanese exclusive software or software that's going to get released in Japan earlier. My point of view of the Japanese market and things like that. So I hope to be able to still, provide something that you guys will want to see well after the Vita has been released over where most of you guys are at. Anyway, thanks a lot. Appreciate the views, and we'll get back at you soon.